Welcome to the South Texas Amateur Tour Podcast, The Power Hour, with your hosts, Travis Salkowski, Dustin Hassan, Casey Graham, Jason Bird, and Michael Germanuelian. Good evening, South Texas Am Tour. We are back. My name, Mike Germanuelian. Thank you for joining us here. It is April 25th. It is Tuesday night. It is 8:04. It is the Tour Power Hour. We are back up and running. Appreciate everyone's patience with us. Last week had some conflicting issues with our schedules that unfortunately we're not able to get on the air. But we are back. We are excited. And there is a lot happening around the tour. Great show for you tonight. We are recapping Brackenridge. We are going to have Trevor Bailey, the first ever winner of the professional division, join us. And we got lots to talk about going on tour. We're down to the last three events of the season. And we have the Kohler trip for Tour Travels coming up. So lots going on around tour. But before we jump into all of that, let's go ahead and bring out someone we have not seen in a while, but we are excited to welcome back to the channel. You know him. You love him. Ratings are about to go up. Casey Graham. Will he appear?
Yeah.
What a fucking entrance.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Glad to be back. Finally got a bye week for softball, and we're bronchitis free. So,
oh my God. Our ratings just went through the friggin' roof. I don't even know why I'm bringing in Travis.
The number of viewers just dropped when Travis comes on.
We're back. We're back to neutral numbers again. God damn it.
What's up, MD? Casey, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's so good to be back. It feels like it's been a minute since we've been on. What's up? How are y'all doing?
it's been a good minute for me. That's for sure.
I mean, it's been a couple minutes for you.
Yeah.
How's softball season going?
Yeah, you know, I should be in rec league, but I'm not. But whatever. We're having fun.
So Casey plays on a very good softball team. Casey, what position you playing? Third base?
Yeah. The hot
Third
line.
base. Are you hitting well? Do you have some softball stats to give us?
No, not hitting well. The golf swing and the baseball swing are much far apart. So yeah, not looking good there, but the defense is still worthy. Still worthy.
I too am a defense first slow pitch softball player. So I know the feeling.
There you go.
But back on the air after an off week, man, it feels like forever. Good goodness.
I don't feel, off week off the air, but the rest of the week still went. Weekend was still here, still a busy weekend, and the week is busy, and we got so much stuff going on, prepping for Tour Travels, prepping for the events coming up.
I know, right? Back-to-back weeks, and then a week off, and then the Masters, and then we're in Kohler, Wisconsin.
We are 30 days to Kohler. We're 30 days to leave, and
we're so close. So excited for Kohler this year. I was on the phone with Dustin today, who couldn't join us tonight. And we were talking about Kohler, and we were talking about the grass and how we were going to do warm-up sessions and what clothes we were going to wear, where, and when. And it was just cool to be talking about, because it's right around the corner. It's almost here.
I mean, and you and I know Casey does, I'm sure Bird does. We all follow Black Wolf Run Kohler on Facebook. So I send, you're not on Instagram, but I send shit to Casey and Bird all friggin' day long when something pulls up. But I saw this picture this morning, and I'm just sitting there and I'm just every time I even am in the room with Cindy and she's like, "How's work going?" I'm like, "I fucking can't wait for Kohler."
Okay.
I'm so ready to leave.
So that's number 1 on the river course.
Made famous by.
Going. That's exactly. Poor Dustin, not here to defend himself.
If you look down where the water is way down there, you can see a little Dustin looking for his ball.
Yes, that's number 1 on the river course. That's where Dustin hit that famous shot, and then he used his breakfast ball and bombed it down the middle and played great the rest of the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, tour travels less than a month away. So excited. South Texas Amateur Golf Tour. This is the 9th tour travels trip. This will be the 4th tour travels trip to Kohler. This will be the last time we're going to Kohler for a little while. And excited to bring 20 guests, tour golfers, family and friends to Kohler, Wisconsin. 30 days away. Super excited. I think it's just a touch more than that for the travels guests.
I think they're 35 days. I'm sure that I'm sure there's a few of them out there watching, and they can verify the numbers on that.
Yeah, for sure.
Scotty Williams gets a new tattoo every day, like 34, 35.
Oh, man,
he's counting down.
He keeps me so excited about it because he's like, I'm ready to go, and he's wearing Whistling Straits clothing, and it's just like, and I'm like, I can't wait to be there. There's something about being there. But before we get to
before we get there, we got a lot to do here.
I mean, we've got back-to-back weekends. We've got a sold-out Northern Hills to talk about. Golf course conditions that are something we can positively talk about for a change. I mean, that's awesome.
Yep.
Even though some of the feedback from Brackenridge Park was, man, maybe it's not atrocious, or I heard a lot of, I saw improvement through the week comments.
Yeah.
I heard a lot of those comments. Like, I played the week before and it was really bad, and I played the day before the tournament and it got better, and I played the tournament and it was
all honesty,
okay on the back nine.
It wasn't terrible scoring conditions. Like, it really wasn't. I mean, there were a couple of good. I mean, I was going through the numbers. I was looking at each flight who actually finished their full rounds, and there were some decent scores out there for the conditions that they were in. I mean, it was doable. Obviously, like, we're going to be spoiled at Northern Hills because Northern Hills is just Northern Hills right now. But
hearing good reports come out of Northern Hills too.
I've been talking to a lot of different people, and they've been giving me kind of the rundown. I was going to go try and play on Friday. Not going to get the chance, but everyone I've talked to is like, yeah, no, she's looking good. So it's going to be a good time.
And then we've got Cedar Creek Alt Shot right after that. But then we've got to go backwards because we didn't get a chance to talk about Brackenridge Park and the 2-person best ball for the Alamo City Golf Trail division. And then we're going to get the pleasure to hang out with Trevor Bailey tonight in a little bit. He's the winner of the first ever STX professional division event 2 weekends ago at Brackenridge Park. So we're going to get the chance to talk to him, see his scorecard, talk about the pro division coming up, what it felt like for him to get his first professional win in our first professional event after playing with us last year as an amateur. I think that's a really cool story, and I want to talk about that a lot. And we've got pictures to show of cookie winners from Brackenridge Park and point standings, at least the top 10 we're going to talk about, right? They've been out for a while, so it's not like we're introducing the top 10, but we got a lot to go backwards about too for a minute, I think.
Yeah. Let's jump right into Brack. Let's talk about Brack a little bit. We'll start off with our winners.
Yeah, let's roll through the photos of winners, and then we can talk about the formats. Let's show the photos of the winners. Let's talk about the point standings, and then let's go into the team events that we want to talk about. We want to talk a little bit about the different formats the South Texas Amateur Golf Tour uses and the definitions of each one, and maybe a little, best practices on how to score, maybe how to use Golf Genius, some best practices for each format, and some feedback from MD and Casey on those formats as well. Because sometimes they're confusing, right?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, if you're new, you haven't played with Golf Genius a lot, you're new, haven't played in the formats, the scoring process and making sure that your information is being input correctly, making sure that you're, being accurate is pretty crucial. Otherwise, it ends up being kind of chaotic
Right.
at the scoring.
It's really cool. It's really cool tonight that we're going to talk a little bit about utilizing Golf Genius, and it's a week where Casey gets to join us because Casey gets to see all of those scorecards for hours and hours and hours every event, and it's going to be really cool to talk about.
Yeah,
and it just gets even more fun the further it goes on.
The math gets higher.
Yes.
So, Trav, you want to go through? Let's start with Champ Flight.
All right, we've got Champ Flight. Pictures coming on. Are you putting the pictures up?
I was gonna have you say the winners' names and then I put the picture up.
Oh, okay, terrific. Well, championship flight on the gross side was won by Douglas Calkins and Kyle Doolittle. Also pictured here is Taylor Coleman and Tyler Cook. They won championship net at a 11 under par, and Doug and Kyle shot a cool 6 under par 65 to win gross. First flight, Timothy Smith and Wes Irie in first flight.
We do not have the picture of them.
We do not have those pictures. And then Kevin Looney and Logan Armga. I don't think we have those photos either.
Do not have them.
Those are our first flight winners from Brack. And then we've got second flight, gross and net. We've got second flight for sure. Fran Fleming and Tom Nelson won a scorecard playoff at 67. They beat Dennis Danowski. That's D to the fourth power in a scorecard playoff. And then Bill Brame and Chris Templeton won a scorecard playoff on the net side over D to the fourth power at 14 under net. Great playing, Bill and Chris. That's second flight cookie winners. And now let's go to third flight. We've got, here we go, Takuya Kawamura and Toshiki Kawasaki winning the gross side. I think that's their second flight cookie of this season.
I think they won Monster Day.
I think they won Monster Day, right?
They won Monster Day. They won Monster Day, and
they were the only team that beat the pro team at Monster Day.
And they beat yes, absolutely. Kawamura and Kawasaki shot a cool 73, 2 over par. That was a one-shot lead over 3 other teams. So third flight was tight down the stretch. And then we've got Fred Zapata and Marty Singh on the net side, also at 14 under. Love the cookies. I love the Hawaiian cookie theme. It was awesome. We've got fourth flight now. Here we go. Fourth flight on the gross side. I know they're watching right now. Greg and Morgan Graff. 2 over par for fourth flight is Rockstar. They play good. Couldn't miss. Made a lot of putts. Win a lot of cookies. And then we've got Gerardo Llorente and Willie Nichols on the net side at 12 under. And that wraps up our victory cookie winners on the best ball side of Brackenridge Park, the Alamo City Golf Trail Amateur Division.
I mean, say what you will about Brass conditions, like 4 of the 5 friggin' flights shot like 12 to 14 under.
Yeah,
like,
listen.
Clearly people were playing
I thought the scores. I thought the scores were really good too. I thought the greens looked pretty rough, especially the first 4. I thought the first 4.
I think starting on 1, they got progressively better.
I would agree.
1 and 7. I think 1 and 7 were definitely the weakest.
It all comes down to proximity to the hole. I mean, I think if you were like on hole number 1, like anything behind the hole was kind of the worst of it. If you were up front of the green or short of the green, like, I mean, I was short. I missed the green and I was 2 feet off the green. And that was pretty clear in decent shape. I mean, I thought, again, the greens didn't look great. I didn't think they rolled terrible, to be honest.
And I thought there was some on the back nine where I went, oh, this is pretty nice.
Yeah. I thought 13 was good. I thought 13
the top side of 13 was good. I thought the back quadrant of 14 was really good.
Yeah. I have not seen it back in that area in a long time.
Yeah, normally I don't do that. We stretched 14 was stretched all the way out.
Like, that was a tricky.
Yeah, from the black tees, like the black tees were on like the middle of the back box.
Yeah.
To like a plus 20 hole location, you know?
Oh, yeah. That was friggin'
It was fun
in there. Like I took driver up 13 and I had like 115 yards out.
Okay.
And that made my life so much easier. I'm like, I'm glad I'm not playing the black. Second flight, great pitches.
Oh, I forgot you were.
Oh, yes.
Play.
He played with Jason Cross. He played with Jason Cross.
Yeah. Oh. All of a sudden, it's 2018. I'm playing in fucking champ flight this week.
Well. I was pretty sick that day, and I don't remember really talking or seeing anybody. So
I remember seeing you, but you were like.
Incognito.
Yes, it was very, very sunglasses on
the putting green, just like, is he alive? Is he okay?
Yeah, I was alive. I was there. Couldn't miss it.
You looked substantially healthier.
Yes, thanks.
Yes, and you can hear it in your voice and your body language and your personality has returned.
Smiling.
Yes.
Yeah, even the color returned in my eyes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You kind of looked. Yeah.
Oh, so good.
Fantastic. I mean, I thought Brack's fine. I thought the course was in decent shape. I thought it was a beautiful day for golf. At the very least, we got freaking great weather to go play golf in.
It was a beautiful day, wasn't it?
Such a nice day.
It's like one of them Chamber of Commerce days, like 68 degrees with no wind.
Like,
I mean, it was good.
It was fan freaking tastic weather.
It had been a while since Brackenridge Park, and I love scoring. I love scoring back on that patio. I like it, and I'll tell you what.
I wish we got my patio like that for the rest of the courses.
Yeah,
sometimes it's a little tough on scoring, but we get it done. Figure it out.
Well, Northern Hills just redid all the floors in the bar area, so. There's that.
Yes. Yes. Very exciting.
I'm just going to go off. I'm going to go off on a tangent, or not a tangent, I guess, but just I wanted to show this picture that I saw today off of the trail page over at Riverside.
I saw it. How cool is that?
How friggin' cool does that look?
17?
I believe so. Yes.
The new 17.
Yep. I saw this. I was like, I love it.
Man, it looks like a tiny green.
Looks
definitely missing that.
Just write me down for both. But I'm excited to go to Northern just because they redid the floors in the bar area, so maybe a nice atmosphere for scoring. But the new driving range, leveled
and I'll tell you what, I'm one of the very few people who likes hitting off mats. I like hitting off mats, and I know y'all don't. I know you don't. That's why I said you don't like hitting off mats. You know. Yeah, MD is broken, but that's a different story.
I have so many different issues going right now.
But I'm excited. I love that mat. That the first run mat that's going to be on the back of that driving range is going to be pure. I like that.
I mean, and Northern Hills has new carts.
Yeah, new carts, new floor in the bar, new driving range.
Maybe a new course record this weekend.
I think it's going to be a good weekend for. I mean, are you guys getting any rain? It kept saying like, oh, we're going to get rain all week. Didn't get any rain today, and then it was sunny by the end of the day. I was hoping we'd see some rain this week to get the courses looking super green.
MD's up in Austin, and Casey's way out on the east side, and I'm up in Canyon Lake, and I got a little drizzle today, but not much.
So disappointed. I was hoping we'd see some rain throughout the week and have the course get some extra water this weekend. But I think the weather for Sunday is supposed to be pretty good. I think it's going to be what I'm looking at right now, like 80 degrees on Sunday. Like it's going to be freaking perfect.
And I love the putting surfaces at Northern Hills. I think I like when Willow is in good shape. Their greens are really good. When Brack is in good shape, their greens are really good. But there's something about all of that grain at Northern Hills, and I love it. I love that 1985.
Well, it opens up the
feeling.
imagination on putting on those greens.
Especially, I think about some even just starting off on hole number 1 and going high above the pin and having to come down to that pin on the first part.
Like when that flag is like four paces on in the center right there, and that front edge is just glass.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've made that putt and I've watched it also go off the green.
So regarding Northern Hills, we have 120 players.
120 players.
120 players.
Starting off at 9.
How does that wait list? How's that wait list work? In case anybody wants to join up tonight.
Wait list. You'll send an email with your name, handicap information, average score, email to info@stxamtour.golf. MD will have that scrolling across the bottom in a second, I'm sure. The wait list is pretty thin right now. There were a lot of drop ads down the stretch. The wait list is only 1 or 2 deep right now, so there's a legitimate chance. There's always a legitimate chance. But yeah, send the email info@stxamtour.golf. There it is right there. Look, he just whipped that banner up on the fly. That's what he does. info@stxamtour.golf to be added to the waiting list for Northern Hills. Speaking of the waiting list for Northern Hills, Cedar Creek has very, very small window available. I think there's single-digit teams left for Cedar Creek, so that's going to sell out before we get to Northern Hills.
Do we have any singles waiting at the moment?
That's a great question. I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't know. And Casey, Jason's not here. I don't have an answer to that. I'm sorry.
But if you are single and you need someone, shoot us an email.
Chances are there's somebody on there. Yeah,
chances are. Post something on the page. We'll highlight it. Shoot us an email saying you need a partner. We can certainly see if we can find a match made in heaven. You might as well play with someone that you don't know or maybe don't like at Cedar, because you probably may not be friends with them afterwards anyways.
It's alternate shot. I love alternate shot. It's the most fun format for me because I have absolutely no skin in the game, right?
Yeah,
I just walk up, I push buttons, and I walk away.
You're just farting in the room and go, did anyone smell popcorn?
Yeah. It's like, hey, how'd you guys do? And walk away. It's so much fun.
It's also the fastest format, so that's nice too.
Yes.
That is also true. Cedar, I'm excited to go play Cedar. I'm excited for Northern Hills and Cedar. We've got so much golf to play over the next 4 weeks. And it's great.
I just got chills right there. We're going to be in Kohler soon.
So only 3 events left, and that top 50 is
Casey. Casey, that's so good. MD, can we show the top 10 in point standings following Brackenridge Park?
Let's do that.
Well, I only brought up the top 50 because I think I'm on the
number
outside.
50. Yeah, you're number 50.
I need to play.
It is tough
Nice.
right now. If you're in the top 10, top 20, you're in really good shape. Everyone below, me and Jason Cross had a pretty decent showing. Casey had a good showing with Steve Evans, and the dial didn't move that much.
There was very little movement on the top of the leaderboard, but Casey moved from 51st to 50th.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
So Casey is above the cut line right now.
Hey,
Top 50 come to the
we're
playoffs.
we're just trying to make playoffs. Okay.
I mean, check this out. Willie Nichols, Morgan Graff, Mark Kacheski. That is such a cool top 3. Right on their heels, Jolly Shackelford, Greg Graff, and Brad Gilbert. And then it falls off just a little bit. And then you round out the top 10 with Steven Evans, Jeremy Semlinger, Dustin Hassan in 9th place. He's not here right now to defend himself from that bad shot at the river course, but he is also not going to be there. He's not on the tee sheet this weekend, so there will be some shuffling.
And correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, obviously, this is a big weekend to kind of catch up on a couple of people because it's only 120. It's not the usual like 150 we've had.
It is 150, but it's only one person per flight. So it's 100 points and a 50-point bonus.
Well, no. What I'm saying is that we only have like 120 players.
Oh, only 120 players.
Only 120 players versus our normal like 100.
I thought we were talking points. Yeah, I'm sorry.
So there's a little less in the field. So there's potential to grab some more points there. And on top of that, I mean, it's a critical weekend here, but then double points next week at Cedar.
Yes, I'm sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, it's okay. It's what happens. But yes, you're right. The field is a little smaller. It is that old age thing. I was looking at points, and I was looking right at 150
I'm not even
on this graphic.
I am thinking purely about size of the field.
I understand. Underneath that info at STX Am Tour banner that MD put up just a second ago is Micah Carroll in 10th place. So
and Micah just got a Paradigm driver, so he's about
that's
to go
almost 300-point difference there. That's crazy.
It's a big spread in the top 10, and 11th is Danny Puckett. Chris Espinoza's right there. Tom Nelson, Kevin Tennyson, Jeremy Jaramillo.
Not in the field.
Not in the field.
Not in the field. There's going to be some movement going on up there, and
you might even see me in the top 10 next week.
I mean, I'm planning on making some.
I'll take the under on that one case.
All right,
but I think that we'll see some shuffling up there.
And I also think it's Northern Hills, and we all should be aware by now that Northern Hills is statistically the hardest golf course on the tour right now.
It's so crazy. I was just thinking that. And I made a comment after event number 3 at Northern Hills where I was like, man, if I would have asked everybody who what the most difficult course was on the trail, not one person would have said Northern Hills. Not one. Not one person would have said Northern Hills.
Cedar, probably.
Yeah, I mean, I would have said
Cedar Mission.
Maybe almost, just because it's almost and you can't hold the green for shit.
I don't know, maybe, but you still can't lose a golf ball. You're losing golf balls all over the planet at Cedar.
I mean,
that's true.
I would rather go play Cedar than play almost.
I would rather, I don't know, different
game,
different days. Yeah, totally different. Yeah, for sure. Well, I like almost because you can hit it anywhere off the tee and your ball's going to be in play. You know.
Yeah, but I mean, I like almost because I can just bang 4 irons and driving irons all day right down the middle and just let gravity run it.
Yeah, true that. It's just different. You're right, just different.
Like my biggest thing, my biggest concern is always receptiveness of greens.
Yeah.
Like I just want to be able to hit a shot at a green and trust that I can get it to stop like it should.
Well, I don't spin the ball much anymore. So #Paradigm.
You playing Paradigm irons? Like I'm not.
No. I love my.
You're hitting it far, irons. But you're not.
Paradigm chipper.
Yeah, listen. I can almost go Paradigm chipper and be covered. I could be close.
I mean, I don't think that's an inaccurate statement. If you were hitting every single fairway, I think realistically, yeah. Because I mean, your chipper's good for 130 yards.
I think I could go Paradigm, lob wedge, chipper, and break 80 at Brackenridge Park.
100%. 100%.
I think so.
I'll take the over.
I you know what? I think that's a fun content event for us. I'll go do that. I'll play that all day. I 100% think I could do that.
Okay.
I can putt with a lob wedge all day long, and I can use that from 100 yards in.
Well, I've seen you putt with a putter, so probably can.
Works pretty well. So thanks for being here. So glad you were able to find time. Okay.
Make sure softball's on to next week. You won't have to worry about it.
Yes, please.
We love having you any chance we can get, even if it's for 5 minutes around softball games. It's the viewership just skyrockets when you're on. You know,
it's doing pretty good right now.
You are the number one celebrity on our show, for sure.
Wow, thanks.
And it's amazing how
you're earning your spot in the trailer tonight. I should have cut you out of it months ago.
Yeah.
I mean, you're the number one celebrity in our show, and believe it or not, Jason Bird's number 2, and MD and I are T4 behind Dustin at 3.
I would honestly say I'm at the bottom of that. I think you're being nice.
I thought Trevor Bailey was in front of Bird, but
I mean, honestly, if you can get out like
ideas for sure.
If you can get out like 10 words in a row, you're beating Bird. Like, hey, good. What's up? Like, as long as I'm not trying to say good night to you, and then you ask the most fucking random question humanly possible, and then we stay on the air for another 30 minutes somehow.
Ooh, sorry, I was choking on my own spit there. I almost died on camera. Woo!
I mean, that would have been great. I mean,
that would have made the event a little trying.
Talk about viewership there. Jesus. Yeah, that's great.
Oh, I think it just
why didn't he end the broadcast? Why didn't he do?
Stay on the camera.
Always getting content.
Oh, goodness. That's how I want to go live on the air, folks. That'd be great. That'd be great. I want to talk about the formats for a second. Do we have time to talk about that, MD?
You have 5 minutes.
Okay. We will we'll talk about that another time. I'll tease it a little bit right here, and we'll talk about it another time.
We will dedicate the first half of the show next week.
I think that's important, right? I want to
talk about
going
into Cedar.
Yeah, I think that's great. I want to talk about the team formats, right? Individual stroke play is easy. Individual match play is easy. It's just you, right?
Yeah.
It's just you out there. It's you in the scorecard. It's one name on the scorecard. Easy peasy, right? Well, in the team events, we play, some variation of 2 or 3 formats all the time. In the team events, we play best ball or 4-ball stroke play. We play modified alternate shot or foursomes stroke play. And then we play a 6-6-6 best ball scramble alternate shot format. First 6 holes, second 6 holes, third 6 holes. I just wanted to talk about the definitions of those, go into, what they mean, how you sign up, how you score specifically, and how you specifically score within Golf Genius. What do you do when you pick up? If you don't have to finish a hole because your partner's got the hole, how do you score that in Golf Genius? How does that reflect your handicap dots? How do you total up A plus B in each format? Does the format have just 1 box for the team or 2 boxes? So there's a lot to talk about, and I don't want to rush through it, and I want to be able to answer questions, and I think it's really important. And I think next week's a good week with Cedar.
And what we'll do next week, there's actually some not that anyone gives a shit because no one here actually has to deal with it, but there's actually a new format here, so we can actually pull in our computer screen, and I can actually work through Golf Genius as you explain it.
Oh, that sounds terrific. Yeah, let's dedicate some time on the show next week to talk about how to data entry in Golf Genius for partner events.
I think that's pretty critical. I think that's something that, ultimately as someone who's dealing with it on the backside of it with like Casey and DH doing scoring and that kind of thing, it's a huge impact. And then just making sure that, the scoring is accurate. And, one of the things that Golf Genius is there for is that we're trying to see where we're at against everyone else.
Exactly. Trying to educate through the process and eliminate human error on the data entry, but then also be able to teach or educate on when is it appropriate to pick up to help with pace of play.
Yeah.
Right. Partner events can get bogged down really quick if you don't know how to navigate some of the more difficult situations that come up during them. And one of the easiest ways to alleviate that is, like, hey, I'm done. I'm picking up. I'm in my pocket. Casey, you're my partner. You got this hole. Go get it, champ. How to know when to do that, to know how that affects the net outcome, and to know how to enter that into Golf Genius. That's what we want to talk through. And I'm excited to show that. And I think it's really important. We want to be able to accurately score a scorecard, right? Like, first and foremost, the data entry needs to be correct for the equity of the event. Second of all, Casey's got to score all those scorecards. Let's get them right for Casey the first time.
And even further, like, if I put in the wrong score, I do something like my partner makes a 6 and I write myself down as a 6-2. I'm like, oh, that's our team score, whatever it is. Like, if I get my handicap dropping and I shouldn't be seeing it drop, I'm going to have questions about it.
Right, exactly. And I agree.
I need that.
And let's go to the other side of that. Let's go to during a tournament, right? One partner may get a handicap allocation that may be slightly more, and that data needs to be entered in the appropriate player box for that particular hole. And we want to make sure that everyone's getting their entire handicap allocation, that we're scoring the event correctly and equitably, and that we're recording that data in your handicap database accurately as well. And then navigating pace of play, and also making Casey's life easier at the scoring table, and who's ever assisting him at that time. He is definitely in charge, for sure.
I look forward to being attached to his hip on Sunday. I will be at the scoring booth with him.
Starting to get sick again.
And I was going to order us some chicken tenders to share. Now
well,
I'm not going to.
Well, so I'll tell you what.
How...
I'll tell you what, we're short a DH, and we're also short an accountant. Sabrina is out of town. Sabrina is going to Italy for 3 weeks. It's been a long time since I've had a parent. And it seems like it's a crash course. It's all coming at once. You know?
You had kids?
No, I mean, she's such a little adult, you know?
Caitlin's having McDonald's for 3 weeks in a row.
You know, it's we went shopping. We've got meal plans, lunches for school, clothes laid out. We're pretty prepped, and it's been good.
A lot of chicken
nuggets. I feel like it's more like Caitlin's babysitting you. I feel like she's more watching you for 3 weeks, and you're watching her.
That's probably true.
That is
like Sabrina's calling her, being like, "How's he doing?
Make sure he got his dinner."
Well, listen, that's definitely how I treat Kaylin with the grandparents. Like, Kaylin, you're the responsible one. You are the decision maker. Please be in charge, you know? So, yeah, no different now, you know? But we'll make it. So we're short of DH and we're short of Sabrina. So we've got a lot of condensed ambassador roles for this weekend. So
And so everyone just make sure to go up to Travis and just check in on him, because, you know, he's going to need it.
We're going to survive, and we're going to be better for it.
Yes. Think of it as this is your ultimate challenge and ultimate work to do before going to Kohler. Your great reward at the end of all of this.
Well, yes, Sabrina's home for like 3 days, and then we leave for Kohler, you know?
Well, good call out. I would watch it.
Listen, I like to think I'm okay at it, you know. She hasn't been expelled from school. She's doing good. That's my only grading scale.
I mean, Emma, I've tried to get Emma to like say, like, I'll occasionally be like, "Hey, Emma, say fuck," and she won't say it. And she never has repeated it. And she's sitting on the kitchen countertop, and Cindy says something, and we were talking about someone, and I'm like, oh, that little bitch. And then Emma just goes, bitch. And I was like,
perfect. It's
shit.
great. It's
I'm
awesome.
like, shit, not good. Don't do that. Don't say that.
All right. Kaylin definitely understands that there are appropriate places and not appropriate places for sure.
Yeah, I got a 2.5-year-old who doesn't give a shit.
You'll get it.
I work.
It's okay. Yeah.
But
all right,
okay,
it is 9:43.
We are 3 minutes behind. It's my fault. I own it, but it's better than our usual 20 minutes behind. So I'm feeling good. That being said, let's welcome to the show the first ever winner of the South Texas Amateur Professional Division, former South Texas Amateur Golf Tour amateur winner, Trevor Bailey. Let's welcome him. What is going on, buddy?
You're muted, buddy.
You are muted. He's great at golf, not technology. No, now he's definitely muted. Oh my God.
No, we'll get it.
He's been in backstage for like 30 minutes. You would have thought he had this figured out. You have headphones?
Well, we're going through some technical difficulties. We'll get it.
Go through your phone. Go through your phone. I'm going to take you off and you go through your phone. There we go.
We'll come back in a second. I mean, he was in backstage forever. We'll come back with Trevor. We'll get that audio fixed, guys, and we want to hear all about Trevor's experience in the first ever STX Am Tour, the STX Tour Professional Division. First event was at Brackenridge Park a couple weeks ago. Trevor Bailey is his first professional win came with us. I think that's so cool. MD, is he? I
am working on it.
There we go.
Okay.
There we go. Sorry, boys.
There we go. Trevor, how the heck are you, bud?
Good. Good seeing y'all again.
All
I'm
right.
just glad the youngest one here figured out how to operate this thing.
Oh yeah, we're
it's just how it goes.
Profiling you for sure.
100%. Well, what's going on, buddy? How you doing?
Good. Just been working and practicing, so not too much other than playing.
I mean, that sounds pretty nice.
Sounds like pretty laid back to me.
I mean, it's just a good.
So walk us through Trevor Bailey, professional golfer. Walk us through the week in Trevor Bailey's life as a professional golfer. Give us a little insight to the practice routine, physical fitness, nutrition. Tell us a little bit about a week in the life of an up and coming professional golfer.
Well, sadly, we're still up and coming, so we still have to have a part-time job. That's how I pay for my free golf. I work at the Band Golf Club. I usually work 4 to 5 days, and then request to work in the mornings, and I practice afterwards. That consists of either playing 18 or playing more than 18 or hitting balls until my hands hurt or putting until my mind goes numb or stuff like that. So now it's starting to get into summer season, so it's looking forward into state opens and to all pro tour events and kind of just getting prepared for the summer.
That's awesome. I remember those days hitting range balls until your hands hurt, the calluses popped and just grinding it out shot after shot after shot. I used to hit just knockdown wedge after knockdown wedge after knockdown wedge, just trying to trace lines. And then all of a sudden you'd look down and it was just like calluses across it's like 8 of them on 2 hands.
And your hands are all black or just have a bunch of dirt on them from wiping off your club or something.
And then you try to go to the putting green and 4 minutes in, you can't feel your hands anymore. So it doesn't even pay. Then I'm such a bad putter.
Then your abs are getting sore and your back's getting sore. So yeah.
Yes. Oh, grinding it out. Yes, sir. Well, congratulations 2 Sundays ago. Your win at Brackenridge Park. That's what we really want to hear about. Man, what did it feel like? Was that your first check?
That's my second check but first win. So
First win. Okay,
There you go.
I love it. It's good. I didn't know if it was the first or if there were others. So that's awesome. So first win, second check, 67 at Brackenridge Park. We know the course conditions weren't rock solid on the front nine.
yeah,
Tell
but
us.
yeah.
Okay, go through it. But tell us through that. What were you gonna say there?
Well, I was gonna I think I saw you off hole number 2, and if anybody else knows Northcliffe Golf Course that used to be up in Cibolo, I used to grow up playing high school golf, and those greens were notoriously bad. So it's just I'm always grateful when I have good greens, and right at home when there's bad greens.
That's such a good. I used to live over by Northcliffe. I played there a lot. Dave Roberts is a good dude. I spent a lot of time there, so I know exactly what you're talking about. But persevered, fought through it all. 67 at Brackenridge Park. Great score for your first professional win. Looked awesome in the photo there. Walk us through what it felt like at the end on 18. Did you know?
Actually, I was my caddy was Roman Ramirez, and I looked at him on 18 tee, and I was like, "Should we look?" Because I hadn't looked at the app all day, and I was like, because in my head I had the number of 65, and that's just kind of my standard number when playing competitive golf. Is someone's gonna shoot something crazy, someone's gonna shoot 64, 65, and I was 4 under, but I assumed that I still needed to hit a good shot and step up there and hit my kind of just patented trap draw, just a couple paces long of the flagstick, and barely missed the putt. Over the 2-footer coming back there, I was like, I don't know what this is for. I could either be still be okay or still not be okay, because I was looking at because I think Jimmy Keener was still in the scoring, and I was like, he's either shot really good or he's just sticking around just to hang out. But yeah, so luckily when I came in and saw that I won by 3, I was very
Whoosh.
Yeah, off my back.
Yeah.
So, Trevor, are you typically not a leaderboard watcher, or you just chose to do it that time?
I chose to do it that time.
Okay.
I am an information guy. I majored in accounting. I like to know everything that's going on, but I just was like, today we're just going to focus on doing my job at the course, and kind of just worked out perfectly.
There you go.
So,
I mean,
so that night, I need to know, did you go have a steak dinner?
No, me and Roman actually went to Pizza Classics across the street, because after he won his net division, we went to Pizza Classics, and that's what he gave me for being his caddy that day. So
Did you caddy for him in the afternoon?
not in the afternoon, no.
No. Okay.
oh, what a turnaround that would have been. So you're not watching the scoreboard, you just kind of go in just okay, here's my game plan. I'm just going to go, I'm going to go execute. This is what I want to do kind of on each hole, kind of a game plan before that? Or how do you prep to go out and play a golf course and then not look at the scoreboard?
Well, I did have a game plan. I played Brack a lot because UIW is right across the street, and had a game plan of you always got to feel out the first 6 holes, because you're still kind of warming up from hitting into nets. You're relatively warm, but you don't know what the ball's doing quite yet. But once I made the turn, I knew if I made the turn at even or 1 under, any scores is still in it. So right when I turned and then start hitting good shots in the back 9, I was pretty excited to get it going.
So that was going to be my question. I was going to follow up with the leaderboard, because I'm a leaderboard watcher. I want to know, right? I'm going to do I'm going to play my game differently because I'm playing that game, and that's the only game I'm playing, right? So I was going to ask, and the answer is no, you weren't watching the leaderboard, but after the third hole, you were 1 over par after the third hole.
You want the scorecard up?
Yeah, let's pull up the scorecard. So here's Trevor's scorecard, and this was going to be my question. I was going to follow up on the scoreboard watching. After the third hole, you were the only player over par. Yeah, you were at the other end of the scoreboard, and I was curious if you knew that, and if you like pep talked yourself into birdieing hole number 4, following that, like because there was only 2 groups, right? There were only 6 pros playing in the first event, so you were right there with each other, and it was bam bam. It was, I think, 1 under, 4 evens, and then 1 over par. And I was curious if you knew that and how that led into playing the 4th hole. But you said you didn't watch the scoreboard, so you didn't know. And what was walk us through 3 green to 4 green there? What was going on in your mind?
Definitely a little frustration of just bogeying a relatively easy par 5, and but it was just kind of going back to my just having faith in my game, and it'll turn around at some point. The birdies are out there. It's just kind of like how to recenter, and it kind of started with making a good swing on hole 4 because it was back into the wind, so I knew I didn't have to lay off of anything, did not go into the bunker in the fairway, and I hit like one right down the center, and then I had a perfect wedge yardage and threw it to like 6 feet and made the birdie. And then it was like, okay, we're kind of like settled into the
then
round.
We're coasting. Yeah. And that's where it just started climbing the leaderboard until eventually you gain that separation there where, you could have, power lipped out that 2-footer on 18 and still been 2 strokes safe. There was nothing to worry about.
So, Trevor, I was looking at your scorecard. You had 2 bogeys, 6 birdies. So, through these practice rounds that you've gone through and prepped, where are you averaging, do you think, on the birdies? I mean, 6 birdies is a lot. Are you averaging 2 or 3, and today was just really great, or are you hitting those 6 birdies every time?
It's really like 6 birdies is kind of just an outlier sometimes. You plan to make 3 or 4 around because those are what your par 5s, and then you have relatively short wedges into par 4s, and that's just kind of what you game plan. And then then you just have a special day where stuff just starts dropping. I made 2 putts from the fringe, and those are where the outliers of 6, 7, 8.
Did you have a good look for birdie on 15?
On 15, that's the par 3, correct?
Yeah, the little par 3 on the back.
Yeah, I did have a good look. I was hole high to the right, and it didn't turn.
Didn't turn. That would have been for 4 in a row there. 12, 13, and birdie on 14.
Yeah, that was gonna be the next question. Can you walk us through how you played that hole? Because that hole was pretty tough that day.
So hole 14 was playing every inch of 440, 445.
Yeah.
Every inch of 14's got.
Yeah.
So I was talking with Roman. I was worried driver for me was going to get a little too close to that tree that was hugging the creek. So I hit 3-wood off the box, and I was aiming down 13 fairway, and I absolutely just blew it right. I was like, well, there's a good thing there's a fairway there.
Wow.
And it was like on the left side and just in the rough, not a bad lie. And I was right in between numbers because I was like, it's in the very, very back. So I didn't want to hit something too short and just have a tough 2-putt, or I kind of had to finesse a longer club in there. And I actually thought I flew the green, like from the fairway. I thought I flew the green. I thought it hit and flew the green, but got up there. It was hole high left, and it was in the fringe. And it was just kind of one of those down grain putts you get, and it just kind of just keeps wiggling. Once it gets online, it just kind of keeps wiggling and doesn't leave the hole, and it just went in. And then I looked at Roman, and I was like, we may have something today.
So awesome. That hole so awesome. 446. Scorecard says 4 46 for hole number 14. That was stretched out. That was a plus 18, plus 20 hole location on that green, and it was tee boxes were at least in the middle, if not back 2/3 of that tee box on 14. That's a tough golf hole. In a crosswind too. The wind was coming left to right there.
I want to say yes. Yeah, for sure. Because when I pushed it, it just kept going. It just
kept drifting towards the highway.
Yeah, I was like, oh gosh, good thing I aimed over the other fairway.
Yeah, I
That's
do that
awesome.
every single time. I mean,
That's just the normal play.
yeah. You got to protect that pole slice.
I mean, but it's a thing of beauty, though. So this is kind of a question. I mean, I'll throw it out there to you. I'll throw it out there to Travis too, because I kind of like looking at the scoreboard watching. So like, okay, you didn't do it this time, but when you do watch, Travis is like, okay, I watch because I see how I got to change. I personally, like, I love the scoreboard watch, but I never let it change what I'm doing. Like, I'm on 4 back. I mean, I'm still trying to make birdies. Like, I still know I need to go out there and make birdies, but at the same time, I'm trying to play within my game just because I'm anticipating Travis to go look and see that he's 3 back and now he's going to try and make big moves and then make errors. Or he might be 2 up and try to protect and make an error. Like, how do you kind of look at a scoreboard like that? And when you are scoreboard watching, does it change your game at all on how you're playing?
Yeah, so it's like if I do scoreboard watch, it's like relatively like maybe 6 or 9 holes into the day, kind of like I know where my game is, and it's kind of like what's possible kind of for the day, quote unquote. And it's like from there you can pick your tee shots a little more aggressively, you can change your lines a little bit more kind of that way, and really you can either coast or you can get after it. But if you coast, it kind of you're just kind of playing a dangerous game of like you could get too comfortable into a round and then bogeys just pop up out of nowhere kind of. So that was something I was kind of worried about coming into the tournament, and I just kind of wanted to get a good fresh mindset and kind of really stick to what I've been working on in routines. So
Absolutely.
So I freaking scoreboard watch from the putting green, you know, like I really do. I guess I've never really struggled with pressure or nerves, right? So I always took the knowledge over just playing aggressively, right? Like, give me the knowledge. And then MD, to your point, I don't necessarily try to make birdies. I try to make pars, right? I try to hit the ball in play. I try to hit it on the green, and I try to 2-putt. Because I'm not a great putter, right? I am not a great putter. Thank you for not making fun of me. Casey's silent too right now, right? So I try to make a ton of pars, where if I need to, change a strategy because I got to make a birdie, I need to dynamically change a strategy because it's just not my game to make a bunch of birdies, right? So I love scoreboard watching. I wish I had the mental fortitude to not scoreboard watch and just go play my best golf. But
okay, Trevor. So what is one simple little drill that you work on that you could pass along to us AMs?
Elite amateurs.
One of my favorite putting drills to tell people is like, so since like 8 feet is like a 50 putt kind of, and I like to go to like 10 feet. And like, when do you ever see a 10-footer go in? For the most part, it's probably once or twice or 3 times a round. So I like going to 10 feet and just seeing how many you can make, just get a number in your head, 20, 50, 100, and just kind of tick down of how many you make. And then just kind of, once you see the ball going in the hole more, it kind of frees up the rest of your game. It makes those 5-footers easier. It makes those longer putts easier because you've seen the ball go in the hole a lot more. And it makes golf a lot more fun when you start getting on a roll, and then you see how many more putts you can make in a row, and then kind of you move to different spots and stuff like that. That's my favorite one to suggest to people.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, definitely like me. I like putting. That's my favorite part of the golf game. But
Some might say he's the best putter on tour.
seeing that ball drop early, it definitely boosts that round. That's for sure.
I think that, or just standing over, like, even just getting that first, even little 3-footer, that first hole. Like, I mean, number one at Brack, I was standing over a 3-foot putt for par, and I'm like, okay, if I make this, the rest of my day is gonna feel all right. If I miss this, I'm gonna be like,
the parking lot's after number 3.
I'm the friggin' parking lot's right there.
It wouldn't surprise me, and you've done it before, so there's facts to back that up. All right, Trevor. So one more final question for me. So if you and I are playing, how many strokes are you giving me? A little expedition match. How many strokes are you giving me now? You're the pro now. So I'm gonna need a bunch, I think.
I have returned.
Big negotiation.
I would like 9 strokes, please. You missed nothing. Just Casey being a dick to me. But I would like 9 strokes, please.
Casey, you're never out of it though, because you're a good putter. So, I'll give you 9.
Whoa! I'll take that.
Wait, so you're giving him 9? I should be getting like 13 then.
Oh,
Let's get after it then.
First, I'll take that. For whatever.
What did I just walk into?
I'll play
Is
that
Trevor
for
going
sure.
match
I'll
play
play that.
against Casey, given 9 strokes?
Yeah, take that.
He's giving
bank
Casey
phone
9
out.
and me 13. I will play that all day.
Woo!
I will say this: I don't have a good record with match play and strokes from last year's match play event.
I mean, we just won't play almost. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
We'll play his home course. We'll play the Bandit.
Yep, y'all are always welcome up here.
Let's
Awesome.
friggin'
I
go.
heard it's in good shape right now. Is that true?
Yeah, it's in great shape. The greens are like fantastic. The only sad part is they're putting a lot of people on, but everybody's getting the secrets out, and a bunch of people are coming on the weekends. But it's still in great shape these days.
I mean, there are so much fewer golf courses now in the region than there were just a couple years ago.
Well, and everybody's trying to maximize their tee sheet, putting like 250 rounds through a day. And
Well, they have to.
shock.
You know?
Listen, capitalist, get it while you can get it. I mean, go get it. Golf is hot right now. Go get it for sure. Hello, I'm all about it. I agree.
I say jack up the prices and less golfers maintain your golf course.
I mean, listen, that's
Hot
economics
take.
101, right? If you're selling out, raise the price, right? That's what it says, right? Very simple.
Just to defend course maintenance, just to defend. I mean, you have 250 rounds today. How are you taking care of that golf course?
100% agree.
Listen, I agree too. I'm not done. And then how do you complain about not being able to grow grass because there's cart traffic everywhere? I mean, it's a double-edged sword.
It's amazing how everyone on Facebook all of a sudden is an agronomist and knows how to run the golf course, and they can solve the issue. And it's like, well, no, it's pretty straightforward.
I'll tell you what, I cannot wait till I retire so I don't get my feelings hurt reading the San Antonio Golfers Facebook page.
I mean, Trav is going to have like 6 or 7 burner accounts on there just throwing everybody.
I can't. Oh man, I can't believe the mental fortitude. We were talking about mental fortitude before. The mental fortitude of Ruben Caraballo is insane to me.
I have typed out so many responses to people just basically saying you're a fucking idiot, and then I delete it real quick after I posted it because I'm like, my name's attached to it. People freaking know it's me. I can't hide behind it.
I cannot wait till I retire so I can speak my mind in that Facebook group. Like,
it's not even speaking my mind. I just want to reply to each person and go, idiot, idiot, idiot. Like, that's all my response would be. Like, that's all I want to respond with.
Trevor, you mentioned that you really enjoy putting. That's probably your favorite club in the bag, right?
Yeah.
All right. What's your least favorite?
They're all my favorite.
That's a great answer, and good job, Casey, bringing us back on track. We were spiraling down a rabbit hole there. Thank you, buddy. We appreciate that. Okay, they're all your favorite. Come on now, that's a BS answer.
What's the oldest club in your bag? That's your favorite.
My favorite's definitely my lob wedge. I like chip and putt with that all the time. I don't know. The 3-iron's been the problem child lately, but it's been straightening out. So.
It's always a long iron, right? I mean, there's only 2 people on the planet who hit a long irons great, and it's Jason Bird and Tiger Woods.
That's true.
It's true. Somebody said that to Jason once, and they were being serious. Yeah,
and I hate that dude so much.
Man,
hate him.
Bird lights up every time you ask him that story too. It's so.
I know.
Bird's got
so
6
brutal.
good stories, and he's happy to tell them at all times.
I can't wait till we change the tour logo to like his face.
His silhouette.
Yeah, his silhouette's his silhouette.
I'm just gonna Photoshop his face onto the front of the armadillo.
I think we could do that. I think it would sell.
You could sell the shit out of that shirt.
Yeah.
Or I could just we gotta take him horseback riding, get a picture of him. I'll Photoshop out the horse, and we'll have him ride the armadillo.
Maybe he can like fly on the Paradigm like a broomstick.
Since he refuses to transition because he doesn't like the fact that the Paradigm is a fade bias, and he wants to.
Best
he needs
caddy
his.
color.
But yeah, so worst caddy in Kohler.
It was
Trevor, you're going to be on our 2024 list, right? For our travels trip.
If I don't do Q school, so
I mean, just keep racking up the wins on the tour with us, and a couple more here and there. That'll take care of it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Well,
put it in a Ross, take it out in a couple years, and go on a trip.
Yeah. Well, listen, it's gonna take a little more than that, but yeah.
Jeez.
Trevor, before I got booted off due to internet connectivity, I was gonna say Cedar Creek's the next professional event. Cedar Creek's a different animal than Brackenridge Park. How are you prepping for Cedar?
That another where you have to go into a good mindset. It's kind of like Cedar is you're either gonna get a good bounce or you're gonna get a bad bounce, and it's kind of like you gotta be very patient out there. And then luckily I won't have to practice hitting drivers too much, so maybe
There's lots of 3-irons.
Yep, it's gotta work that problem child. Or maybe just don't put it in the bag. That's just how it goes, because you can get around with the 4-iron out there. So
I agree. The 3-iron is the club that I dropped to carry the chipper.
Oh,
So yes, I'm familiar. Yes,
but
And he'd play the whole course with a chipper if you could.
I would. Yeah, I hit. Dude, listen, talk about tracing lines. I could trace lines with chipper all day.
oh yeah,
I just.
there's straight lasers out there.
It's so fun.
I mean, you hit the ball far enough. A friggin' 4-iron will easily work your way around that place.
Oh, you're talking to Trevor again.
Talking to Trevor, I'm not talking to you. unless it's a fucking Paradigm 4-iron. You're not hitting that thing anywhere.
4
You're
hybrid.
right. You're friggin' Thor with the Paradigm driver, and then you go back to I don't know, anything.
Listen,
You're not Thor with the irons.
There's a lot of people out there giving me a hard time about promoting Paradigm so much. There's no affiliate marketing going on.
There's literally nothing.
There's nothing going on at all. I just think it's that good. It's so good.
Again, and you know me. I mean, I will play anything and try out every single club on the market. Numbers don't lie. I mean, I went through the fitting process with it.
Task force runs on stats and numbers, baby.
Redid my fitting, and retested some shafts again, moved into the red shaft, into the vented red again, picked up like 13 more yards on the fly. Boom. Love it. Love it.
You know what? I want to see Trevor Bailey play against Scott Williams in a match play. Hold on one second.
I just hate to see Trevor get destroyed like that.
Listen, I'll tell you what. I just saw Scott make a comment about the paradigm. Where were we at Brackenridge Park and Scott Williams like bombed paradigm on the first hole? Where was that?
That's every hole he plays.
Oh my goodness, it's so long. Hold on one second, Trevor. I'm looking up.
He got a paradigm tramp stamp.
Technical term. Trevor Bailey. Let's go.
You were giving Scott Williams 19.
I think it's 15. Is that enough?
With tees?
With tees. Yeah, 15 with tees. Scott Williams, Trevor Bailey. Scott, I know you're watching right now.
I call it 17, and I think that's good.
I think 15 with tees is what the actual math checks out if you're still a +2. Is it more than that?
Are we going by Jen?
We can go by Gin if you want. Yeah, so let's go Gin and then subtract like 15%.
It's +4.
So let's just call it 3.25. That's 17, MD. You're spot on.
Yep.
You're spot on. 17 with a tee box. With 2 tee boxes.
I'd watch the shit out of that.
I think it'd be really close. I think that'd be super fun to watch, and Scotty Williams would just be bombing paradigm and talking all sorts of shit.
Like just blowing smoke in your face, like just done.
I think that would be cool to film. MD, let's set that up.
Fuck yeah. Scotty Williams.
I think that would be great.
Day.
That would be our first ever pro versus am match play event. I think that would be great.
Do you know how embarrassing it would be if you lost? Like, that's your Masters. Like, that's... Like, you just have to win that.
Trevor would be playing against Scott Williams and not watch the scoreboard, so he wouldn't know where he was at.
Oh, Scott would let him know. Sure as shit, Scott's going to let you know.
Scott said, count me in. Bitch. Bomb paradigm.
Paradigm.
He would, the minute he won a first hole, he would want to tee off first on the next hole. So he would walk as slow as possible 2 tee boxes up to hit first. I think it'd be great. He would try to slow play you. It'd be awesome.
We've got Scotty Williams in.
Oh, that's
okay. Good. That is summer. That is definitely something we can put together. Short knocker. There he goes.
There we go.
Just casual. Sure. Whatever. Oh, man. Well, Trevor, thank you for joining us tonight, man. Congratulations on the win. Congratulations on just going pro, bro. Going pro, bro.
Yeah, right? I mean, it's so cool. Congratulations on just the going pro, cashing checks, your first win. I mean, wow, it's awesome.
It's great, man.
Thank y'all, and thank y'all again for providing this. This is a big market, and I think y'all are gonna capitalize on it. And once that a couple checks get seen around, money talks, and I think this thing's gonna be blown out of the water. It's gonna be so cool.
We will have a big whiteboard check for Cedar Creek, so we'll be able to hold up big checks with your name on it again.
Yep, it's gonna be good, man.
The next professional division event is May the 7th at Cedar Creek. Register now. Golf professionals, teaching professionals, PGA professionals, and anybody else in the region who calls themselves a golf professional. That's what this is for. This is for you. stxamtour.golf/pro division. It's there. You can see all of the details about it. It's all spelled out right there. The entry fee breakdown, the prize funds. I'm sorry, I shouldn't call them prize funds. I should call them purses. Purses. All the information about that is there. All the different division policies and hard card is all on the website, so you know everything going into it. We look forward to seeing Trevor Bailey at Cedar Creek on May the 7th and several other local professional golfers as well, competing on the STX professional golf division. Trevor, congratulations again on your win, buddy.
Congrats,
Anything else for Trevor before we let him get back?
No, man. Get some rest, go to work, and go practice.
There you go.
There you go.
Thanks for joining us,
bud.
buddy. Thank you.
Have a good night.
See ya.
Boom.
Trevor Bailey, everybody.
Trevor
How
Bailey.
cool is that? I know we
good.
got off on some tangents there with Trevor, but he was a good sport and went right along with us, you know?
Hell, he's one of us at heart.
I'll tell you what, I think I would watch Trevor Bailey versus Scott Williams. I think that's good content. Who's doing that? Nobody's doing that. I think that would be cool content. I think set that up. Let's book that.
I mean,
I'm still waiting for MD to challenge me at the putt in Houston, $100 a hole.
I'm ready, dude. You want to just stop there on our way to Kohler?
We could
We could.
take a day early and go and do that.
Yeah, we'll just leave Wednesday and we'll just go to Houston and we'll go. I'm down, dude. I don't want to be
Win
here.
or lose,
I
it's
want to
gonna
go
be
to
a
Kohler.
weird
I
drive
don't care. I'll
versus
leave
the way
early.
that-
Like, you tell me you want to leave today. I've got the hours. I'll do it.
Imagine it'd be awkward if I'm holding $1,500 of your money, just driving the whole way up there.
That means that you're taking care of our food on the way up. Like,
Oh, okay.
food and
Gas
snacks.
station food it is.
I'm not a cheap
Listen,
date.
I've bet Casey putting a couple times, and then he always says, "Well, get ready to call Sabrina," and then he lips out from like 50 feet or some dumb nonsense.
Bullshit.
It's-
$500.
You know what? But you know what? You are gonna have the ultimate chance to win at Kohler in the bracketed
Ooh.
event
I'm
on the putting green.
so excited for that. Yeah, a little match
Ooh.
play bracket putting event on the Baths Par 3 putting green
Whoever
over there.
thought of that's a genius.
We were, of course, it was MD. Man, I'll tell you what, we were at Sonterra years ago, and it was me and Casey, and I have no idea who else we were playing with. Maybe Freeman was with us. I don't know, but we were on a par 5 on the back 9 at Sonterra, and Casey had like a 60-foot eagle putt, and he's like, "Give me 500 to 1 on this putt," or something. You said something.
This
50
is-
to
this is-
50 to 1.
This is right after I just took 3 shots of Fireball.
And it's like this 50, 60, 70. I mean, it is this huge long putt. And I'm like, "Listen, I'll give you 500 to 1 on that," is what I rebutted with, because it was 500 for sure. And he's like, "Okay, for sure." And he's instantly engaged. And he's like, "Better have Sabrina on speed dial." And he hits this putt. And about 3/4 of the way there, if you've ever played with Casey, you just know that it's going to be close every time. And this one was about 3/4 of the way there. And I could feel my cheeks start to get a little clenchy, right? Like, and you know how you hold your breath? And it's like the last, 15, 20 feet. And it slow mode lipped out. It was the slowest. I'm like, oh my goodness. It was such a good putt. But yes, that's what Casey does to me all the time.
It's fun. It's fun.
I mean, I'm still pissed off about 17 at Wolf Dancer. That putt you made from off the back on the fringe.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Like, that was stupid.
Oh,
listen, I called it out. I told Kevin. So if
Yeah.
I make this, then we got a chance.
Like,
Boom.
God, I was so emotionally just damaged after that.
Hey, that
Like,
was
I went up to Travis. I was like, I'm gonna make the rest of this round as toxic as possible.
Well, you
I am going to
accomplished that.
create
I will-
such a
I will
toxic
say.
environment right now.
You definitely accomplished that. I will say.
Oh, good Lord.
Anyway,
MD, what else we got on your schedule tonight? We had
that's all
a
I
great
got.
conversation with Trevor. We got sold out Northern Hills coming up. Second notice to players on Friday for this Sunday's event. Check out this schedule. Friday, second notice to players comes out for Northern Hills. Northern Hills on Sunday, April 30th. Monday, Cedar Creek first notice to players is going to come out for a sold out Cedar Creek. There's only 7 spots left. Just checked. 7 spots left for Cedar Creek Alt Shot on May 7th. So we're going to go back to back tournament day, next first notice to players day. That has never happened before. That is super cool.
I mean,
with that being said, shout out to the tour golfer. Grind it out. The point standings are tougher than ever.
yes.
Tougher than ever. KC number 50, tougher than ever. You know,
season.
I mean, half the ambassadors aren't even in the top 50 or close. You know what I mean?
It's harder than ever right now. So grind it out, tour golfer. Keep it going. 3 events left in the spring season. Northern Hills is in great shape. It is probably number 1 condition course on the trail for sure. Then we're going to go out to Cedar Creek for Alt Shot. And then we are going back to Brackenridge Park in 5 weeks for my favorite regular season event of the 2-day Masters at Brack.
Yep. Jacket.
The battle for the Navy jacket. And then that Wednesday, following the Masters, we are in vehicles driving to Destination Kohler, Wisconsin for Tour Travels 2023. People coming from all over the country this year. We've got we got Missouri, we've got Dallas. I guess that's it.
All over the country.
All over the country. We got Texas and Missouri. Oh no, we have Michigan. So it's Texas, Missouri, Michigan, all over the country.
Just far and wide. Fun question, because I know it's going to pop up and I don't want to see it in the ambassador text at 10 o'clock at night on Thursday night before the Masters. Do we have the jacket?
Yes, of course we do.
Okay. Clarifying.
I have no idea. Yeah. Sabrina would be the answer to that question. She's gone. We'll find out soon. But I'm sure. Yes. The answer is yes. The traveling trophy we have for sure.
Oh, goodness. All right. Well, that's all we got for tonight, guys. Lots going on around the tour. Lots of exciting stuff. It is going to be a marathon the next few weeks as we wrap up the spring season. Lots of golf left to play. Lots of points left up on the board to grab still. Northern Hills is going to play tough. Cedar Creek is going to be another tough showing, but double points. And wrapping it all up at Brack. So a lot of fun stuff going on, guys, and we are excited to get everyone out there. If you are not signed up for Cedar yet, get signed up. And Trav, when can we expect the Masters to open for sign-ups?
Masters going to open next week as well. 4 weeks in advance for the Masters there. It'll be next week, Monday or Tuesday.
Perfect. There you have it. So be on the lookout for that notice as well. We will make sure to post as soon as that opens. Get signed up fast for that. Again, that's the big one. The Masters is kind of what we've been working up to this season, and it's a great chance to make some headway in the point standings. So
double points individual at the end there.
Yep.
2-day event. I'll see if I can get our IT team to put in some extra work. Maybe we can get that open this week. Pay attention to the Facebook page.
Yep.
Facebook will be the first place that it releases that content.
Yep. Perfect. All right, guys. Well, that is it for us. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Shout out Trevor Bailey. Thank you for joining us. Congratulations on your first professional win. And guys, we will see you bright and early Sunday morning at Northern Hills. Best of luck to y'all. And everyone have a lovely rest of your Tuesday night.
Awesome, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Night, everyone.